Hi everyone, so today I would like to explain about describing the English language from the practice of English language teaching by Jeremy Harmer. So let's get started. Language is always evolving and changing, and while some people celebrate this, others are leisure. Describing the English language is to lead linguists to propose a category of language functions such as inviting, apologizing, offering, and suggesting. For example, would you like to come for a coffee? Performs the function of inviting, whereas I just can accept that performs the function of disagreeing with the purpose of making your own opinion quite clear. When we attempt to achieve a communicative purpose, we have to choose which of these language forms to use, which form given our situation is the most appropriate, and the same is true, of course, in our choice of language in letters, emails, and text messages, where we select a language according to the purpose we wish to achieve and who we are communicating with. And six of the variables which govern our choice are listed below. There are setting, participants, gender, channel, topic, and tone. And then language as text and discourse. Grammar and vocabulary are vital components of language. We also need to look at language at the level of text and discourse. First is discourse organization. In order for collections of sentences or utterances to succeed effectively, the discourse needs to be organized and conducted effectively. In written English, this calls for both coherence and cohesion. For a text to be coherent, it needs to be in the right order, or at least in an order that makes sense. The elements in the text must cohere or stick to each other successfully to help us navigate our way around the stretch of discourse. One way of achieving this is through lexical cohesion, and a way of ensuring lexical cohesion is through the repetition of words and phrases. We can also use interrelated words and meanings to bind a text together. Meanwhile, grammatical cohesion can be achieved through pronoun substitution and tense agreement. One of reasons we can communicate successfully, especially in writing, is because we have some understanding of genre. The genre is a type of written organization and layout which will be instantly recognized for what it is by members of a discourse community. That is, any group of people who share the same language, customs, and norms. For example, we know that an official communication has well-formed grammatical sentences, use passive constructions, and has a formal greeting which includes both family and given names. And a grammar is not just concerned with syntax. However, the way words are formed and can change their form in order to express different meanings. Thus, for example, we can modify the form arrived by adding "d" to make arrived, so that the verb now refers to the past. If we replace "e" with "ing" to make the form arriving, the verb now indicates continuity. Grammar can thus be partly seen as the knowledge of what words can go where and what forms these words should take. Studying grammar means knowing how different grammatical elements can be strung together to make chains of words. The grammar of any language has a number of features and complexities. Some of things that learners of English need to be aware of include sentences and clauses, verbs, nouns and noun phrases, adverbs and adjectives. And Alexis learns what words mean and how they co-occur. The word meanings involve polysemy, antonym, synonym, and hyponymy. The example of polysemy is when we have read our book, we can ring up restaurant and book a table. The word book is the first sentence has different meaning with the second sentence. Words don't just have different meanings. However, they can also be stretched and twisted to fit different contexts and different use. For example, the price of mangoes went up but went up here cannot mean the same as it does in she went up the stairs. Word combinations, also known as collocations, have become the subject of intense interest in the recent past, in part spurred on by discoveries from language corpora. Collocation are words which co-occur more often than just by change and which language users, through custom and practice, have come to see as normal and acceptable. It is immediately apparent that while some words can live together, others cannot. We can talk about a clenched face and even clenched teeth, yet we cannot talk about clenched eyebrow. And when we are speaking, we construct words and phrases with individual sounds, and we also use pitch change, intonation, and stress to convey different meanings. The pronunciation issues are one of the ways we recognize people is by the pitch of their voice. We say that one person has a very high voice, whereas another has a deep voice. When someone's voice is very high, we talk about them having a high pitched voice. Then intonation is to show the grammar of what we are saying. Intonation plays a crucial role in spoken discourse since it signals when speakers have finished the points they wish to make, tells people when they wish to carry on with a turn, and indicates agreement and disagreement. Competent speakers of the language make these sounds by using various parts of the mouth, such as lips, the tongue, the teeth, the alveolar ridge, and etc. For sound and spelling, a lot depends on the sounds that come before and after them, but the fact remains that we spell some sounds in a variety of different ways, and we have a variety of different sounds for some spellings. And then for the stress, this is to describe the point in a word or phrase where pitch changes, vowel lengthen, and volume increases. And then a major difference between speaking and writing is that whereas the former is often co-constructed and, as we have seen, messy, pure writing tends to be well-formed and pre-organized. It is precisely because conversational speech occurs in real time that is unplanned. These paralinguistic features fall into two broad categories: those that involve the voice and those that involves the body. Okay, so that's all about the chapter 2 describing the English language. Thank you and see you.